Hello.
Hi.
Hello, hello.
Hi. We're back again. I
Back
just
in the
want to have
studio.
some fun, man. I just want to have some fun today.
Who's stopping you?
Huh? What?
Who's stopping you from having
You?
fun? Don't have fun then.
Okay, fine. Sorry,
Work.
man.
Work with work.
Fine. Fine, everybody. We're back again with the action here at the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Season Masters League. Now, we got done with the Clash Royale game, which went in Arpan Christian's favor. What we have in the offing is CSGO, two very interesting teams.
Yes, and a public service announcement that it's actually ATE, not 8. So stop calling it Team 8. They did not 8 anything.
So, one second. Let me clarify this. You're talking to a generation of people, not gamers, people in general.
Yeah.
I'm not going to like general. I'm just going to like generally, broadly speak about this. You're talking to a generation of people who are lazy to not complete words when they text you.
Okay.
Like, how do you write what? Spell out what to me.
WHAT.
No, it's WT.
No, wait. I have also seen Woot. WUT. Woot?
So exactly. So 8E gaming, something like that. So they're like,
No, they just pretty much, how do you spell? I ate something. So ATE. 8. They would rather say it 8 gaming, which is not true. It's ATE gaming, guys. Put your minds around it. So these young kids don't understand.
I think it's the Infinity War doing damage to them. The reality they knew has like just gone with a snap of a finger.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, like we said, amazing CSGO game lined up. We have ATE Gaming versus Entity. So let's quickly take a look at the ATE Luds. So that's ATE Gaming for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Kappa and Gang, Ritesh Richa. In fact, if I remember last I heard about Ritz. He was, pardon my bad throat, he was coaching teams, if I remember.
No. So the thing was, he is their potential coach. Rich brings loads of experience. He's been playing for like, I don't know, since, let's just say if he's 28 years old right now, he's been playing CSGO for 30 years, basically. He's been playing from the womb, from the inception, from a very long time. So he has a lot of experience. So it's he brings a lot of experience, by the way, guys. So, so is Kappa, man. Like he's been playing for a long time. So they have a couple of super duper experienced players, and then they have a couple of new players. So it's quite a nice mix there. So there's always someone to kind of lead them on. And I was actually personally fairly impressed with how well Rich has been playing. And I was thinking like, Ritesh is same age as me, like, with the old man of CSGO. However, he's still young at heart and still young with his hands and his thinking. So he's been playing very well. So congratulations to you, Ritesh, from me. I'll be seeing you soon in Bombay, hopefully. Even if you don't make it to top 4, I'll still see you because you'll come, of course, to watch the main event.
Right. You know what? Let's focus on the other team, Entity Gaming.
That thing.
Well, that's Entity Gaming for you guys. What do I say, man? There's so much to say about these teams, and we always fall short of words.
I do want to add the fact that the Entity Gaming, 3 of the players are still giving exams in school, by the way. Sorry, college. So
Are you sure they're in college?
no,
Last I heard, Simar Sethi was in school.
no. They're all in college.
He's made it to college?
Yes, somehow. And he's also made it to 19 years old.
To college?
No, I mean, not to college. He's 19 now. I think. Anyways, a fairly young
I thought
squad
he
of
took a
kids
year
here.
to
They are considered one of the best teams in India.
Well,
So they
if you
have a
look,
lot.
not considered, they are one of the top teams in India. I mean, Entity is there, Brutality is there, Invictus is there. Sadly, we saw slump in Entity's form after they lost to Intensity Pune 5, and then immediately after that, then to Portal Esports PES.
Remember, they also took a loss because of one weird circumstances where they actually won the game against OEZ but had to forfeit that game. So they now actually stand with 3 losses, by the way. So
It's a first. It's a first.
yes, it's a worse.
It's a
So
first. It's a first in a Masters League when risky gaming is not there. That would have been fun. I would have had so much to say. And I'm missing Adi now only because of the fact that if Yalla Esports now, earlier than Risky Sports,
that
Risky
doesn't
Gaming had.
exist now, right? Even Entity got the Middle Eastern team with Love Paris as their captain already. So your old Risky slash Yalla or slash Nasser or whatever the names were,
Nasr Gaming, yes. Yalla
they
was a
don't
different team.
exist.
Nasr Gaming, yes.
And Yalla is a completely different team
Yeah, sorry.
altogether.
I always confuse them. I was talking
So
about Nasr Esports.
that team actually doesn't exist as it is. Of course, the 4 players might still be around. I'm not too sure. But Love Paris
Breaker
has
and
left.
Gang, yes.
So why don't we look at the veto?
I'm thinking it's going to Inferno.
Why? Why is
Where's
it
the
always
confetti?
Inferno? Anyways.
All right, Overpass, Cash and Nuke banned by ATE, Mirage, Dust 2, Train banned by Entity. Entity is damn confident on this game because last time they won on this map was against Brutality.
Okay.
When Brutality suffered the second defeat after SRA.
Doesn't 80% of all matches end up at Inferno? So
No, but there's a reason for it. There's a massive reason for it. And I'm presuming that Adi would agree with this reasoning of mine. You have... So maps are differentiated on play style, on how your team holds. So there are a lot of buggy maps where like a lot of aim-based teams would reign supreme because then you don't have to think much about strats. You
Okay.
can totally go YOLO there and you can keep strats there unless and until when you need. But a map like Inferno or Overpass for that point of matter, you need to think. You can't just like barge in and like, hey, hamara ho gaya, B, hamara ho gaya, chalo, hat jao,
I'm
chalo.
sure none of the Counter-Strike teams actually play like that. Maybe I could be wrong, but we have some top-tier Indian Counter-Strike teams here, man. They're amazing.
Sure, not
I'm hoping
discounting
that that's not part of the strategy there, but it's just by. But yes, of course, I understand your point. Some of the maps are more aim-based, like Cobblestone is a fairly
Like
long
Dust 2. Dust 2 is a very aim-based map. It's not a strat.
I will not comment on this. I would actually suggest why don't we just get into the game because the players are ready.
Fine. You just want to see the game and not
Map
want me to give my
players are
excellent,
If
how would I say?
people on stream are watching this, the players are ready, and he's not starting the game.
I am not
he has the
starting this
button.
game. You know why? Gautam, let me tell you why I'm
Why?
not starting this game today. You know why? I am going to tell you about the map first.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another day of some Indian Counter-Strike action. It is going to be a domestic derby, which is the case for most of these games, let's be honest about it. It's going to be Entity facing off against ATE, and joining me, as usual, is going to be Adi. And Adi, I have a question for you. Why is Inferno called Inferno?
What?
Now, I've always wondered about it, right? You got Dust 2. I don't know about Mirage as well, but Mirage is kind of like a desert theme map, so it kind of fits in, but I've always wondered what an Italian-based
Maybe.
map has to do with Inferno.
Maybe it's because Molotovs are so damn important in
Good
Inferno.
answer. Great answer. Great answer. And it is going to be a fast start coming out from ATE. But I think knife round was won by Entity Esports. And here they come charging into the side with the 3 players waiting. Look at the setup. Size completely blinded. But they're not going to be expecting Marzel. No smokes as well. They're just going in dry. Actually, one smoke with Marzel getting the kill through the smoke, I do believe it was. 2 quick replies coming from Buster. Kappa finds held range, but Marzel is still playing in the side. The rotation's going to come out. That was a very, very quick hit from AT, and immediately falling back all the way towards the bomb side. Great call coming out. And it's going to be 2v2. Bomb is going to get planted.
Yeah, Entity Gaming going with the 4-man stack, in fact, towards the B bomb side. By the time the hit came in, they had 4 players there. But their backstabbing player gets picked off, and AT Gaming know as well that Entity had stacked that bomb site. So they rotated straight to A. Now, Buster and Kappa, even though they had time, they've taken up positions inside the site. which might come back to bite them because that flash is perfect, but Kappa will save Buster's blushes, and now Falcon is in a 1v2. Buster will get his third for the round, and Buster and Kappa basically denying Entity what was a one round because it was a 3-man advantage at one point.
Yeah, indeed it was. And also Buster got to give it to him. I think it was like I mentioned, I think it was a 2v5, but Buster, 2 quick kills with a Glock, Kappa following up as well. So overall, AT somehow managing to snatch victory from a round which was lost pretty much. Entity Gaming, of course, will go for the force buy. We all expect that, but what I find surprising is the distinct lack of CZ in their arsenal. I've never seen, at least in the past number of months, in the past year or so, of second round force buy from the CTs where there's no CZs present. You see the 257s from Atherasu and Hellranger, who still seem to enjoy the 5.7's mechanics, although it has been nerfed slightly, and CZ is of course a more superior weapon, especially in a map like Inferno where you have all these close quarter combat possibilities. But AT not wasting any time, taking banana control, and all 5 are gathered up. This is an interesting play from them. They're not really bothering wasting much time, just going to be going in, clean execute, but 3 players waiting for them.
Through the smoke, Kappa jumps out and he expects Marzel to be boosted up. It's probably because of the sound, and Entity Gaming, they should just save now. Instead, Hellranger gets pop flashes himself through the smoke and runs into his death basically. And yeah, Entity Gaming is gonna be saving those whatever little inventory they have. The little investment that they've made into this round, the 5.7, the P250, and the Scout. And that's a clean anti-eco coming in by AT. It's straight out of Entity's book, to be honest, because 4 SMGs and a metric ton of utility, and they just did a simple execute onto the B-bomb side. I like that how it's worked out for them, honestly.
Yeah, indeed. Asai with a Scout, he's going to be falling back. He was taking a couple of pot shots, I do believe, towards the escaping AT players, but they're going to keep all 5 players alive. What did catch me by surprise was, yes, they had the buy was he's getting hunted down, and will he survive? Yes, he will. But yeah, AT not wasting any time. They really just went for the full commit. It was a little risky, let's be honest. Like, if Entity had stacked 4 players towards the B, inside of B bomb side, despite all those Molotovs and flashes, it could have been a little risky, but good call overall in the end. And for Entity, like you mentioned, they do have 3, well, a couple of pistols and a Scout saved, but it is going to be eco for the other 2 players. That's going to be Hellranger and for Marzel. And AT keeping all 5 players alive. All they have to do is just rebuy the utility. And once again, 3 players going in fast, all the way towards Banana again. This time, it's a stack coming in from Entity.
Yep, but unfortunately, 2 of those players don't have much in the way of weaponry. The pop flash coming in, but Ritesh is gonna cover Buster. Ritz, in fact, is gonna get 3 kills with that Mac 10, farming that money, and he thinks the B-bomb side is clear. But Buster will not, well, he's not gonna be surprised. He does rip Marzel's head off, and again, it looks like it's gonna be another clean round by AT. It's refreshing to see because some of the Indian teams, in fact, I'll actually say most of the Indian teams have really suffered at the hands of force buys. So it's nice to see them adjusting and this sort of, and you know, the anti-ecos, the anti-force buys working out. Sai, he's gonna 4 kills for Ritesh with that Mac 10, a little bit of BM coming out as well. There is an intense rivalry, by the way, between these players. So
Is it though? I mean,
of course there is. There's Buster, there's Kappa,
but
XT
yeah,
Blades of Hellranger.
Buster does have a long history and an amicable relationship, I do believe, with Hell. But yeah, I do believe, you know, like players like Ritz, Sai, Hellranger. That's the thing with the Mumbai scene, so to speak. Everyone's played with each other. It's like you know, one of those couple nights gone wrong, basically. You know, it's kind of messy. It's a little ugly if you know how it works in the backline, so to speak. But that being said, ATE have so much money to work with that they're going to be feeling very confident here. 3 rounds in, about an average of $4,000-ish on all the players. 5 AKs out, full set of utility. On the other hand, for Entity, considering the fact that they didn't get any kills in the past couple of rounds, not a single frag, and also they'd gone for the force by means, despite the fact that they have 5 rifles, that's 2 FAMASs in the mix as well, the utility is going to be sparse. And as we all know, Inferno is a map where having those smokes and those incendiaries can pretty much win you rounds without even having to fire a single bullet. So this is going to be a little rough for Entity. They need to play a little bit more aggressively here.
You say that, and they don't really play aggressively. They're going to turtle up in Fet's words. I mean, they're a little aggressive in the middle, but no apartments control, no banana control, and this might come back to bite them. They are hanging on to the utility that they do have for dear life, though. They're trying to use it as late as possible. A bit of an execute coming in by ATE. They're going to take mid control now, and Falcon does get a frag, but he is traded by Kappa. Amaterasu as well, he was boosted up onto the flower pots, if I'm not mistaken, gets a frag as well. And it's a good start for Entity Gaming because they do have the man advantage now in a 4v3 situation. And AT Gaming, they have Kappa's basically dead. He's sitting on just 15 points of health. So it may as well be a 2v4.
Full man Ritz, though, doesn't care. He's got to rip Mazel's head clean off his shoulders, and now that's neutralized the man advantage. And if you look at the health, you did mention Kappa's very low, but Sai and Amaterasu are, just a couple of bullets apiece away from dying as well. This is going to be rough to hold. Amaterasu holding a slightly off angle. Sai, he's going to be instrumental in this. He's sitting towards a pit. He's got to spot out the player, but Ritz is taking his sweet own time. He's just flanking around through library, gathering as much information as he can. And Amaterasu, blinded. He still hasn't given up his position, but the hit is going to be coming in. It is going to be coming in towards the A bomb site, and the rotation is far, far away. Hellranger is too far away to help them out, but Sai is going to have no trouble finding Ritz, and his crossfire can come into work. Kappa from above trying to get the kill, but Kappa strikes. Hellfighter fights Amaterasu as well. That was beautiful stuff, and I think they have the time to get the bomb down as well. This is going to be hard for Hellranger. That was a classic Hong Kong action movie style there. Back to back, pushing into the side, getting the kills. And now Hellranger's got the health. Doesn't have a kit though. Smoke off to a spit. That's not going to really help him out. Kappa spots him out. A few bullets to his feet. Attacks down a bit. Hellranger's going to find Kappa. Will he be expecting Hellfighter to be playing from the second question? A Hellfighter. Perfect positioning for him. He catches Hellranger off guard. And ATE Gaming, they survive and they get to 4 rounds. Great work from Ritz there. It looked lost, but the fact that he got the kill and he gathered so much information enabled ATE to steal that round away.
Yeah, in fact, I was thinking that Ritesh made the wrong decision there to come, to wrap back to the A-bomb site through library. Since there was only one player for Entity Gaming, and even the C4 for the terrorists was back at the bottom of Banana, I did think that they're going to pincer the B-bomb site, but it did work out for them because the crossfire between Amaterasu and Sai wasn't exactly perfectly set up. And yeah, I mean, Sai got picked off by a double peek while Amaterasu couldn't see anyone. So that was well done by AT towards the end of that round, though. And it's surprising that a man advantage was given up. But Sai, somehow, with just a pistol, has taken no damage.
Either.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's a bit surprising. And in fact, Amaterasu is going to be able to recover the AK-47 as well. And he has armor to work with. So,
yes. This could get interesting. And especially if they gamble, if they just go for a gamble stack towards one side, it could work out. However, this gamble might not work out. Amaterasu, that smoke is going to stop him from running all the way over towards the B bomb site. And instead, he's going to be playing a very instrumental position towards the library, where all the 4 players of ATE are now making the way. They're just going to go for contact plays. Now, Amaterasu can hold the angle. The flashbang is going to be He's going to find it first. He goes for the spray. You're not able to get more than one. And now it's all on Falcon. Now, CZ can do damage. We all know that. He's trying to get that angle right. He gets a dink into Ritz. Is down at 2 HP internally, hemorrhaging. And man advantage for entities waiting for back to arrive. Heroically trying to stay alive. 6 minutes remaining. And Deathmaker trying to hunt him down. Ritz will get spotted out. Ritz not able to get the kill. Falcon. He's a magician. Now he's still alive. Eldridge is going to get the kill. Boss is going to be left alone in a 1v3. He finds one, looking for the second kill as well. Goes for the spray, but he's trapped in the corner, and Falcon's going to get the kill. And Entity Gaming win the first round off the back of some heroics from Falcon. I don't know how he stayed alive for so long there. And they win the round, which looked the least likely to win.
Yeah, a complete eco by Entity Gaming. Not even a pistol. Well, I mean, a 1 CZ and a P250 purchased on them, but no armor whatsoever. I'm going to blame it on that AK because even I did notice something peculiar as well. Kappa, actually. He peeked towards pit from the mid to right position, from mini pit, a bit too early, before the Molotov actually landed on Amaterasu's feet in the library position.
All right. I'm not able to hear Adi. Hopefully. I'm not sure here. Okay, it looks like Adi's timed out. He's been having some connectivity issues. Adi, if you can hear me, give me a holler. All right, no. Adi's timed out. Unfortunately, you guys, you boys and girls are stuck with me alone. That's dangerous. That's a dangerous proposition. Yeah, it looks like Adi's timed out. Hopefully, he should be back real quickly. In the meantime, it looked like he's back. Adi,
Yeah,
back?
I am.
All
That's
right.
weird. I could hear you the entire time, and I have no idea how you couldn't hear me. Because I said something very insightful that round, but
Of course you did.
a bit too late now.
But yeah, you didn't really miss much. 4-1 for ATE. Sorry, yeah, for ATE. Entity, they have their hands on the guns, though. The AWP comes on the hands of Sai, who's been tagged on to 60 HP. And for ATE, considering the fact that they won round number 2 and 3 very convincingly without losing a single man, means they still have a deep bank to work with, which has now, however, been whittled down. So you can try and convert this round. And if you do manage to take this round, it's going to be pretty rough for Entity. There might be reset at least on a couple of players, but they're going to be forcing their way into this bomb site. But Molotovs all around. Ritz blinded and completely burning alive. Sai finds Buster as well in the meantime. Everyone's now coming in. Hellrage is going to be tagged on. He's going to be falling back. He's going to do work. He's going to spray. He gets the frag. The bomb is dropped at his feet. He's down to 18 HP. Marzel finds Deathmaker. It's all on Hellfighter, and he's trying to fight his way out of this conundrum, but Sai will pick up the second kill for himself, and a nice hold come out from Entity. And it looked, let's be honest, a little discombobulated from ATE. They still had time to work with, just went in, with all his Molotovs. They kind of forced their own hand.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a little peculiar, by the way. That round looked straight out of the strat book. Clearly not dry run enough, because a couple of smokes were positioned. But I do like that, the wall of smokes and the CD smoke, right? It's nice to see something new from AT Gaming, because the last time they played this map, by the way, was all the way back in April, the start of April, against Brutality, where they lost 16-11. AT Gaming, of course, are off the back of a victory against Brutality. Fresh off the back of a victory, in fact.
Yeah, and if AT have done their homework, they would realize that they would have seen that Entity's CD side was still a little suspect, even though they won very convincingly. It was Entity's T side yesterday, which was pretty impressive for me. So, still, it is the first half, and it is going to be a hit coming in. 2 players towards Pit, Sai and Falcon. Falcon won't be blinded here. He can play the anti-flash, and Sai is going to get the first hit. He's going to rattle off a shot. Smoke is going to allow them the space to just look at it, just jumping up, landing straight to that. Sai is going to find Riz. Falcon is going to strike as well, and they're getting mowed down. Buster is going to be left alone with a relic from the past. The Tech 9 and Amaterasu will have no trouble dispatching with him. A flawless round coming from Entity. The past couple of rounds have been good. They just lost 1 player in 2 rounds now.
Yep, I agree. And now finally AT Gaming is going to get into the buy again, which is the more important part. And, I mean, Entity Gaming do look like they're back in the groove, finally. And, okay, I think I'm having some internet issues, by the way. I'm kind of lagging out of GoTV. So, play, why don't you take over? I'll just be right back on my other connection.
Alright, so Adi is RIP. Press F for respect in chat. It is all on me now to carry this game. Like how, well, no one's really been carrying so far. Sai and 7 frags, top fragging early on. He's been having a rough time, so that's good to know. Early trades coming in initially. Marzel, or Furzel, as some people like to call him, because he does like to channel his inner Brazilianness, I would say, with some slightly unorthodox aggressive plays, will be taken down early on, but at least the trade does come in. Ritz will fall as well. This is an interesting rotation coming, swap coming out. Hellranger inside, swapping the positions almost near CD spawn, so the B bomb side was pretty much empty for a few seconds. The T could have walked in, but ATE not really looking to go for much map control. They will be playing this pretty straightforward. It's almost a minute on the clock as they come in charging, taking control of brackets. 3 players still waiting. Hellranger with a flashbang. Great flash, but not quite able to take advantage of it. He will, however, be able to place himself in an advantageous position. What a timing from Hellranger! Destroys that Maker and Kappa. And just like that, Hellfighter is left alone. He's like, where did all my friends go? They're all dead, Hellfighter. They're all dead. 2v4 now. They do, however, have a pretty good Flank coming in. Hellranger should be careful. And he spots out Hellfighter. Hellfighter needs to win this duel, and he won't. Hellranger's going to get the kill, so one player remains. It is going to be Buster, and Sai will spot him out. No problem for Mr. Sai. Scores are tied. Entity have strung 4 rounds together, and here's the scary part. They've only lost 2 players in 3 rounds. That means their money is looking phenomenal right now, especially for the CT side. From Amaterasu. Deathmaker taking a ton of damage. Amaterasu with a Molotov as well. In the meantime, Sai is getting hunted down. P250 comes out, but Buster's going to mow him down. But guess who's ready and waiting? It's going to be Hellranger, but they pick up an AWP. Buster's going to fall. Ritz with the op, trying to get the kill. And Hellranger, he knows they're going to try and find him. But in the meantime, everyone's getting slaughtered. Deathmaker will fall to Hellranger, and one player remains. It is Ritz with the AWP. What can he possibly do? He's got no armor. The bomb is dropped as well. He can't pick up the bomb. However, Hellranger is sitting in the smoke. And Ritz, is he going to check the corner? No, he won't. Amaterasu will get the frag through those pipes. So the op will be salvaged as well. And Entity Gaming continuing their streak. The money is looking solid. And this wall being set up by them. ATE don't really seem to have an answer. And here's the thing with ATE. They've just been rushing into the sites. I mean, they take a call. They're like, all right, we're going to be going for an A hit, or we're going to go for a B wraparound, or for a B hit. They really haven't gone for any map control based pick style play yet. This could come and haunt them later on. However, for the time being, it is going to be a full buy coming out. Do let me know if you're back. He's not back.
No, weirdly, I am back, but I cannot connect to GoTV, so...
Rip.
Yeah, so now I'm not back. I think... Well, I mean, just carry on.
Alright,
I'll try to get back as soon as I can.
I'm used to it. I can do this. It's like the story of my love life. All alone. Entity. Sai opening things up again with the AWP. He does find Kappa 4v5 now. Nice flashbang there, but not quite taking advantage of it. That's one thing which is a tiny little pet peeve of mine. I mean, it's forgivable here because they do have so many flashbangs to work with. But many a times you see many, not just Indian teams, but Asian teams, and for that matter, even international, like even top tier teams who use their utility without any purpose behind it. Like that flashbang, sure, it made Sai reposition himself, but you know, and they do have a lot to work with, but no one really took advantage of that fact. No one tried to like peek in or just take a pot shot towards him. So it was kind of a wasted flashbang in my opinion. And you do see it many times as well with regards to Molotovs or smokes and whatnot. At least it is forgivable that it's just a flashbang. So, you know, you can always carry 2 flashbangs. It's cheaper nade compared to the Molotov or the smoke as well. So Sai still holding towards the archway, just staring down brackets, and it looks like it's going to be a fake here. Now, how convincing this fake is, we don't know. Molotov will fail. It will explode in the air. Hellranger's staying put. Marzel's going to find Buster. Ritz finds Marzel. He has no idea where Hellranger is. Hellranger's going to get the kill, and meanwhile, the fake does work out. Amaterasu does get 1 kill before it gets taken out. It's all in Hellfighter. 1v3. He's got a smoke. He's got a Molotov. He's got a couple of flashbangs. The smoke will bloom. And it's going to keep Falcon in bay. Falcon just waiting patiently. There is a gap in the Falcon's going to swat. Jumps up on the box and rips Hellfighter's head off while in mid-air. That's some John Woo level shit right there. Entity 6-4. They are looking unstoppable at the moment. And despite taking a couple of casualties, yeah, 16k on Hellranger, $10,000 on almost all the other players. They're looking very pretty at the moment. For ATE, after the first 5 rounds, their streak not just seems to have been snapped, they seem to be feeling a little deflated right now. Max loss bonus kicking in, that's $3,400 per round, and they get the bomb down, so they will be able to go for the buy. And now we do see Kappa with the AWP. Ooh, he's got a great read on this, and is he going to take the shot? Take the shot, take it! Just above the edge of this way. He spots it, he sees it. Does he see it? Come on. Come on. He must have seen that. He must have seen that. I know I got X-ray, but I'm sure he would have seen just the top of, you know, that little turban Sai wears, or he used to wear once upon. Doesn't wear it anymore.
Hey, Bly, you're not alone anymore. I'm back, finally.
Saved. But yeah, 6v4. 6-4 are the an entity. They're looking solid right now.
Yeah, I was watching the stream to so to speak. I mean, to stay sort of updated with what's been going on, but honestly, I couldn't because I was trying to fix the issues. But yeah, anyways, it looks like verifying integrity of game files fixes every single problem on the planet. So yeah, I mean, hopefully, I mean, you can fix Indian CS one day as well. But yeah, AT Gaming, you're right. They look a little bit deflated ever since losing that, and they're going back to another execute out of the B-bomb side. Hellranger does get a frag before he is instantly traded out. Marzel, though, ooh, that Molotov has missed, and that's gonna cost them because Marzel, out of the shadows, is gonna rip Buster's head off, and he's staying alive for so long with the backup. It's not coming, but Marzel, he doesn't need the backup. It doesn't matter. Kappa now left in a 1v4 unwinnable situation, and now he just walks out. And he's put to bed by Amaterasu. And that's a great round for me to come back to.
Jesus, how did he... Forget getting those kills, how did he even stay alive? Marzel. Great spray transfer. I hope we see a replay of that. That was just some great work coming out from him. I mean, that was pretty much a once and done spot, right? The second he got that first kill, those two players should have got the frag onto him. But Marzel doing God's own work. And again, Entity winning around, again, just losing one player. 7-4 now in AT. They're going to be feeling the pressure at the moment. Again, Max lost bonus, but didn't get the bomb down this time around. So we do see the CZ, I'm sorry, coming out in the hands of Kappa. Ritz, however, will open things up. He is finally going to find Sai. And here they come again, getting the first kill and then immediately looking to take fast control, but Falcon is ready and waiting. He finds a frag, and now Amaterasu in the smoke. Oh, he is getting hunted down. Ritz is just going to run and gun. Now Mars will have a lot of work to do, but Kappa's going to find him from the side. The flank comes in as Buster finds Hellranger as well. And that was a very quick round from ATE, catching Entity with the pants down, it almost felt like.
Yeah, I saw this in yesterday's game as well, right? The mid-fast take by Brutality on Entity Gaming. Entity Gaming were absolutely surprised by that as well. So AT Gaming definitely knew that. And I like that, you know, off the first pick on Sai, they basically were like, screw it, let's rush in. We got the first pick, let's just trade now. And I like that. AT Gaming finally can try to get back into this game, because even if they get 1 or 2 more rounds, right, it's gonna be really, the whole half is gonna be really good for them.
Indeed it will. And for AT, like you just said, if they even get to 6 rounds, that they're going to be pretty happy with that. But then again, there is the argument that considering they were 4-0 up at one point, they will be a little disappointed if they just get 5 or 6 rounds. So still anyone's game at the moment. Entity, despite winning 7 rounds in a row, it's still 7-5, just 2 rounds separating these two teams, but things are heating up at the moment. So far, no initial contact taking place. Deathmaker Ritz taking control of apartments. Kappa making a lot of noise towards brackets, towards mid. Just going for the pre-fire spots, trying to find someone through the smoke. And Entity, they're pretty comfortable just relinquishing mid control here. Falcon with the re-aggress, nice flashbang, but no one to find. Now AT probably thinking, okay, we're not finding anything. They have a lot of map control, but they haven't found a single clue as to where the CTs are set up.
And unfortunately for AT, they don't even have that much utility left on them to execute onto any bomb site. Falcon there gets the first frag onto Ritesh, but he is instantly traded. And Sai, though, he's gonna get traded as well. But Amaterasu has maintained the man advantage from the pit position, gets another frag onto Buster as well before he's finally traded by Hellfighter. And now Hellfighter gets the bomb down. He's in a 1v2 situation. And Marzel and Hellranger just need to retake this together. Hellfighter gets double peaked by Marzel and Hellranger, perfectly played by them, and the economy is gonna again swing in the favor of Entity Gaming, but AT did get the bomb plants, so yeah. So at least 3 of them can buy into this, and they should, honestly, because they do need the last 2 rounds.
Yeah, the big risk here being if they invest everything into this round, which they will right now, if they lose it without even getting the bomb down, they're going to have this much to work with. There's going to be $1,900 on all of them in the next round. So a lot resting on this round. One thing I wanted to point out in the previous round, Hellfighter in their 1v, it was a little strange he didn't opt to go for the box, like try and use that box to just go for the headshots instead of just going for the white peak when he knew there were 2 players. A little bit curious there. Curious
I'm pretty
decision
sure
making.
he was trying to get a 1v1, right? He had no idea that both the players were retaking together, which is obviously the correct way to retake, but you never know. And the aggression now coming out by Matarasu, but it's not panning out. Falcon does get a frag, does get a second, but he's traded out by Deathmaker. Deathmaker getting 2 of his own, and all of a sudden, ATE Gaming have the man advantage. Entity Gaming trying to force the issue. I like that, but unfortunately it did not work out for them.
Yeah, I mean, I was like aggression, but it looks good when it works out. When it doesn't, you're like, why did you do that? Well, why did you go for that aggression? But if it works out, you're like, what a play, genius. I'm a little surprised AT didn't just bum rush the A bomb side. The second got 3 kills, which is a smart move because Marzel was floating around and Sai, he needed to stay alive there. Instead, he gets taken down, and Marzel, he can just go for this. There's no point saving. They have so much money. He can just try and inflict as much damage as he can and just try to go for exits here. He should be trying to go in and get at least 1 or 2 kills so that even though AT will win this round, that they have to rebuy back into it. And bear in mind, when they rebuy into it, if they have to go for that AK, they have to go for that helmet as well, the Kevlar and helmet, because they're going to be facing off against M4s, and the utility will be sparse. So whatever kill he gets here is going to be worth its weight in gold. Hellfighter playing right behind the old car planks. Man, I don't think Marzel was expecting this. He still somehow gets the kill, finds another one. Oh, Marzel, how do you do this? Now it's a 1v1, and Marzel's got Incendiary to work with as well. He's going for the pre-fire, 6 bullets remaining. He's got a kit as well, clearing out the corners, and I think, where is he going to be tossing this in? The flashbang's going to come out, and it is going to pop at Kappa. He's going to walk in. Yes, he does. Oh no! Oh! That was too close. That was so close.
But the work put in by Marzel there, even though he loses the round, exactly what you said, right? No ATE members survive, and just look at the buy that's going to come into this round. It's going to be scarce on utility. It's going to be a Galil or maybe even 3 Galils. And oh, that's the heartbreak point for ATE, because they won the round, but they couldn't keep anyone alive. And there you go, 1 Galil, 3 AKs, 1 UMP, and just a full boatload of utility only on Hellfighter. This round is going to be harder than the last round for ATE to win.
Indeed it will. And Hellfighter already taking a lot of damage.
And Sai getting the first pick on Deathmaker as well, because it's going to make it even harder for ATE Gaming to win this round.
Sai the sort of guy, like, if you keep him, on a CD side, right? If you make him play passively, he seems to struggle when he plays passively with the op. The one tendency of his I've noticed. But on, let's say, the T side, or like, for example, the T side of Train, this guy with the op is insane. He's always been insane. And even here, right? He's been going for these aggressive picks towards mid, and it's been working out for him. But the second you keep him towards, let's say, towards pit, or towards coffins, or towards more passive angle, he seems to kind of struggle hitting his shots. It's weird. It doesn't make any sense, but it just side things.
Yeah. He's very JWS like. There you go, your example right there. Sai missing the shot when holding an angle. Kappa is going to take out Marzel as well. Sai missing another shot. Very unlike him. He does get Kappa through the box though. And he's going to fall back, and he's going to try to stay alive, because it is going to be a 4v4 retake. Make that a 3v4 retake, because Buster has sneaked into CD spawn. He's going to get a frag. He's going to get a second on the Falcon as well. That's a massive misplay by Falcon. Finally, Amaterasu does put him down. Sai as well gets Hellfighter. And it is down to a 2v2. This is definitely doable, though it is a hard bomb site to retake. And now, Ritesh spots the gun barrel. He wants to go for the frag, but he's baited into that. Amaterasu gets Ritesh, and all of a sudden, Kappa's in a 1v2. He's gonna get a frag. Amaterasu looking the wrong way, but Sai getting his head ripped off by Kappa. What a shot. And he's gonna win that 1v2. 7 rounds on the board for ATE on the T side of Inferno. And they're going to be happy with this. They're going to definitely be happy with this, because they looked absolutely clueless in the middle half of that, that half.
Absolutely. That was humongous from Cap, especially that, I mean, he wasn't going for the one-tap, just going for his spray, but insta headshot coming in on the Sai. And Buster, gotta give them credit where it's due. They didn't just go for a YOLO B play. Buster lurking in towards Archway, getting 2 kills. I did not expect him to get a second one. So great work from ATE. They're going to be pretty happy with this. Considering Entity managed to string 7 rounds together, but of the last 4 rounds, 3 of them going the way of ATE, and now they're going to be on a more favored side. However, we have seen what Entity can do on the T side yesterday. They dissected that Brutality CD side. They were just completely, utterly outplayed.
Well, more than that, I actually think Brutality played that very wrongly against Entity Gaming, and hopefully ATE has made some notes of that, because even before the game, in fact, I was talking to some of the Brutality lads, and even today, I told them that against Entity Gaming, just go aggressive, man. Just go aggressive, because if you don't give them the map control and you get a couple of picks early, they're not going to be able to do their glorious executes that they kind of heavily rely on, by the way. You're in third person, by the way. Yeah, there we go.
Try to make it cinematic. Ritz will spot players out, and it is going to be the Pain Train charging it towards mid, but a crossfire has been set up, and then Molotov from Kappa keeping the T's at bay. Falcon is the utility guy, and it's going to be Ritz with a kind of a fadeaway shot onto Mithras. So the C4's been spotted out as well. We have Ranger keeping Deathmaker at bay, wrapping our shots that Glock won't do much damage at that range, however. So early man advantage, and I'm not too sure what Buster was trying to do there. I think he was doing his best ostrich impression, like if I can't see you, you can't see me. But Sai will find the frag, and Ritz is still playing towards Cubby, as some plebs would say. He is baiting his team. But Kappa will find Sai while trying to cross on over all by himself, and now they haven't checked this angle yet. They need to, they should, but they won't, and Ritz will have no trouble punishing them for making such a very, very horrendous mistake, and Falcon seems to have lagged out inside of the gutter. So I don't think the round's going to be replayed, but we will be going for a technical pause. So scores are tied, 8-8 for AT.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate because the utility man was Falcon, and he's the one who timed out at pit while lining up that mid to left smoke. In fact, so that sort of sucks. But Ritesh did get the first kill before they called for the pause. So yeah, the round's not gonna be replayed, and I like that, by the way, by AT Gaming, and I like that by Ritz, that he went aggressive, right? And like I was saying, right in the build-up to that pistol round, even in their gun rounds, AT Gaming definitely need to go aggressive into this, into every single CD round, to be honest. Maybe a couple of rounds to change up the pace, they could play defensive, and, you know, if they have some great crossfires at pit and at the A-bomb side and even at B. But I honestly think that Inferno should be hyper-aggressive. You should play Banana and Apartments aggressive. I know that sounds crazy, and I know a lot of people will call me out on it, that, you know, how can an analyst say that? But yeah, I mean, you need to kind of aggress two positions at one time in Inferno, because it's just that sort of map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also, like, it does allow you to play the pair game, right? And if you do have two players pushing him towards Apartments and two players towards Banana, or even a third guy, he can be a rotator, could be the floater, he could probably go early on towards B and early on towards A. It can definitely stifle the T side, so to speak, especially if you have Apartments control, if you have Banana control. What more can you do on the T side? You probably just have to, you know, pray to the gods and just rush in towards mid or Banana and just fall into a crossfire or trap. So yeah, it's rare to see that, though. And I do agree. I do agree with what the other sentiment you mentioned, that most people would say aggressing the extremities, both the extremities of a map on the CT side, is always you know, a risky proposition. And right now, looking at the score lines, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think anyone's looking for risky plays at the moment, though, for either of these two teams.
Yeah, being safe. And also, I mean, AT Gaming and Entry Gaming have lost a number of their games already, so they really need to win this if they want to, you know, if they want to sneak their way into the top 4 spot and get to that LAN finale. So, of course, there's a lot on the line, and I like it that way. Every league game is important, unlike last year, where, you know, it was just for seeding, basically. So Entity Gaming is going to force buy into this, by the way, considering they did not get the bomb plant in the first round. And it does remain to be seen, though, now that if AT Gaming can repeat what they did in the first half and win their anti-force buy. True.
What worries me for Entity is the fact that 3 of the players they don't have a helmet. And this MP9 can, never mind. Sai's got to destroy Hellfighter, and that MP9 is not going to do anything. And they're going to just push into the smoke. They know just one player inside the site. And here they come charging in the smoke zone of Bloom. Deathmaker, what can he do? Can he make some death? No, he can't. Marzel will find him. Sai's got to find another shot at it. Sai is just going off here. Was there a gap in the smoke? Even no, there's not. I think he got a shot through the smoke. And just like that, Kappa and Buster are going to run to the hills. Round is done and dusted. Entity Gaming win it, and all they take in total of damage is 14 plus 18, which is, my math's bad, but I think that's about 32, 34? Yeah. That's insane.
That is absolutely insane, because, well, actually, no, it's 32. No, 42. Whatever. But Buster will get the frag onto Hellranger, and he will keep that UMP alive. And the more important thing for there for AT Gaming was as well that the M4 had been recovered by Kappa, because the M4 was the one who took that nasty shot through the smoke by Sai. And yeah, it does look like both the guns are going to stay alive, and NT Gaming isn't really interested in the hunt because it's going to force AT Gaming to force buy around these two guns.
Indeed. And they should go for it, of course. For Entity, though, the saved UMPs, the MP9s, and Hellranger debating what does he go with. I don't know, the rifle comes out. So, yeah, Mars is going to upgrade to the AK-47. Hellranger's going to be dropped the MP9. So, roles have been reversed. And for ATE, another UMP in the mix. And Sai's feeling it. He's got the deagle out. He's like, you know, one digs, he's got to be feeling the blood flowing in you, right? And that's the thing with the deagle many people don't understand, many new players don't understand, is the fact that it's not a random gun. It's a gun, in my opinion, that is, it's heavily based on your confidence, right? It is a very confidence-based gun, and especially when a player like Sai, when he's fielding it, it can be quite dangerous. In the meantime, though, Entity getting a lot of banana control. AT have 3 players there. Deathmaker trying to dodge the bullets, but he will be whittled down to 58 HP. That sees that at that range can be deadly. And when well-placed nade with sandbags would do a lot of damage, but Entity just still holding the line. And here comes the flashes again. And his CT, they've just been blind half the time. Again.
Oh my god, the flashes, and finally Sai's gonna capitalize on those flashes, making that MP9 sing, and Kappa's gonna get a trade, but he's gonna be instantly put down by Mazel. And I like that by Entity though. They bided their time and they just kept the AT defenders at bay. They never let them actually re-aggress at Banana with a pop flash of their own. And now Ritz, he's kind of trapped here with that M4. He definitely wants to keep that M4 alive, but the smokes have faded. And escaping for him right now is going to be really, really difficult.
Indeed it will, but I haven't really checked this yet. But here comes Falcon, and Falcon will get the jumping kill and a free M4 upgrade as well. Things are looking very sunshiny in the Entity side at the moment. For ATE, it's going to be eco time. Bear in mind, they went for the force by the previous round, so it is going to be an eco. We'll see a few pistols coming out, but then again, before we jinx it, Entity are infamous for their anti-eco, so let's see what they do here.
Yeah, and two MP9s, well, an MP9 and a MAC-10 are still alive on the Entity Gaming side as well, so they're going to try to do the farming. And I also, a little bit of tidbit there, nobody wanted that M4A1S before Marzel stepped up. Falcon dropped it aside. Sai was like, nah fam, I don't like that M4A1S either. And Marzel's like, alright, I'll take it. Here you go, take my MAC-10 instead. And Sai does get a frag with that MAC-10. Amaterasu does get another one, gets 2 in fact, with the UMP, but he's finally put down Hellranger. He's probably gonna get these 2 kills as well, but unfortunately, only 3 of the frags.
4
was it 3? No, actually 4 of them went to the UMP, well, to the SMG, so that's good.
Money,
that's
money.
Great. Yep, that's money in the bank. And Entity Gaming now 11-8, and AT Gaming finally gonna have a full buy. But because they force bought 2 rounds in a row, they have barely any utility going into this. Just look at that: 4 smoke grenades, 1 flashbang, 2 HE grenades, and 1 Molotov. It's basically nothing. No kits as well, and oh. Sai.
That is risky. That is risky.
Yeah. I don't even think Sai kind of expected that, right? He was just like maybe hopefully looking there, and he was surprised by that jump across as well. And Hellranger, is going to get naded down to 53 points of health. Finally, the CSGO grenade again doing some sort of damage.
So rare.
Yep, it is.
Not too sure what the use of this Molotov was, because Hell had cleared out sandbags, but he is disposable here. He is going to be Mr. Information Man. He's going to be leading the charge, be the spearhead of this assault with that MP9, just trying to be disposable and gather information. And for ATE, they're playing this very, very passively, aren't they? Ritz playing towards Graveyard. He is playing, he's going to be baited for by his teammates, while he will hope to strike at the opportune moment. But this is what's interesting. Sai and Hellranger are trying to sell something over at the A-bomb side. Now, will Hellfighter rotate? Yes, he will. Toss in the smoke. He will rotate. And Sai just rattling off shots with that AWP. The flashback is good on Kappa as well. He's going to be forced to reposition himself. And here comes a hit. Hellfighter will make his move back, and no one's pushing through the smoke. So a little slow from Entity. If they were really going for this fake, it's a little too late. Hellfighter, the time off, he will have to fall back. I think he got spotted out as well. He's going to be smoked off, and here comes a wraparound. And Ritz, he's in a rough spot. He's going to find Marzel though, and it's going to be all in Ritz, but Ritz just finds 2 kills before he gets taken down. And the player in the pit, I think it's Buster, he needed to have done much more than what he did. And Sai, playing towards with the op all the way towards mid, will be cutting off the CTs coming in from brackets as well. Hellfighter has a rough job here. I think this round's pretty much done and dusted, unless Sai whiffs a shot, which he tends to do when he's holding a static angle.
I forget who it's like Michael Lele, isn't it? Or actually more like Draken.
Draken, yes.
To hit the nutty shots but miss the simple ones. But it does look like AT Gaming is gonna bow out of this round. They're gonna save these rifles and they're gonna try to come back in the next round with more utility, hopefully.
Well, it is excuse me, it is going to be $2,900, so UMPs are a possibility for Ritz and Buster. There we go. So I think they might just have to buy it for themselves. I'd like to see Kappa, Hellfighter, and Deathmaker purchase some utility.
Yeah, and AD Gaming, I have to say this again because they're making the same mistakes that Brutality made in the game that we saw yesterday. They're not going for any map control, and they're just letting Entity Gaming set the pace, set the tone of the game, and the more you do that, the harder it is going to be for you to win out those rounds, to close out those rounds. So I really hope we see some aggression coming out by AT now, and they are trying to aggress the banana, but they've been pushed back by those Molotovs. Kappa trying to ooh, he does hit Amaterasu through the half wall there, and that's going to make Amaterasu fall all the way back to the bottom of the banana. And I like this utility usage as well, but I really think they need to aggress behind this. They have thrown the smoke down at bottom banana, but they're not doing anything off the back of that.
That peak, that was sexy. Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful from Entity. Sai getting boosted up, and he peeks. Sorry, it was a Kappa over the edge of the broken wall. Kappa did not see that coming. He did not see that coming, and now it's all in Ritz. He's pretty handy with AWP, but the flashbang is perfecto, and he will have to fall all the way back towards new boxes, and the Molotovs are going to be raining in as well. And I like how Entity are slowing down the pace. They're not committing. They're not just going to come charging him. And here it comes, and Ritz misses a sitter, and it's going to be Marzel catching him out in the open. The bomb site has been wrested by Entity Gaming, and they have a 2-man advantage once more.
Yep, and it doesn't look like AT wants to go for this retake either. And Hellfighter and Deathmaker haven't even budged from their A-bomb side. They've just been sitting at the short position the entire time. Buster really needs to get out of here, but the smoke is his friend right now. He needs to hightail it out of there to keep this gun into the next round. But instead, the smoke's gonna fade. Buster gonna get peeked by Marzel. He's gonna get a kill though. He needs to stay alive, but I don't think Entity is gonna allow that.
He is trapped. Yeah.
And on the other side of the map, actually, Hellranger's on the hunt as well, but Deathmaker does make quick work of him. And Buster, he's gonna get taken down by Falcon. He overstayed his welcome.
That's painful, right? I mean, if you save 3 rifles, a force buy is way more viable than when you just save 2 rifles. So a timeout does come out from ATE, and they haven't won a single round apart from the pistol round. That's got to be a worrying thing here.
But the force buy is going to come in because Hellfighter and Deathmaker will be able to drop a couple of guns over. So we're actually going to see a decent force buy and a bit of utility as well. This is actually more of a full gun round coming in by AT this time. So hopefully, like I said, they go for the aggression. But Entity Gaming on the flip side, they look really, really comfortable on Inferno. I was actually a little surprised when I was looking at the veto that they did not go in for the train pick. I think it was train and Inferno towards the end. So,
yeah, I mean, they would usually go to Inferno, right? Train, I think, is their 3rd best map, I do believe, after Overpass.
Well, we haven't seen much of Entity Gaming on Overpass either, so...
That's true.
Yeah, so
everyone keeps batting it out against them. And like, I keep speaking to Moses like, hey, they ban all our maps, man. I don't know. But aggression coming out from the CTs, and this time the aggression will work out. They do have Falcon, and he's inside the gutter, and he's gonna be like, oh crap. He will make his escape. I love that from ATE. When all things fail,
I told you so.
Hold W and rush it, yeah.
This is what you do, and I liked it by them as well. By the way, they aggressed Banana as well as middle, completely catching Entity off guard because they had no idea. But Sai is gonna get the frag onto Buster. That smoke was absolutely misplaced by one of his teammates there. Muzzle in the meanwhile as well gets another frag, and Muzzle sneaked in, but Kappa is ready for him, and it is down to a 2v3, but it is doable. It is definitely doable because Sai on that op, he's a force to be reckoned with, to be honest, and I would like to see more of vintage Sai from 2016's coming back.
What's really cool is the fact that Falcon, if he holds his line for a bit more longer, poor Ritz got completely debated.
I have no idea why he aggresses there. They have the man advantage. They have everything. Yeah. And now Deathmaker getting caught off guard as well, but he will make his way out, and he's gonna smoke it off. He can hear this as well. He's going to call for his teammate to rotate, but no, he doesn't. Deathmaker whiffing the spray at the back of the smoke. That's
not like this.
Oh my god.
Not like this.
I'm at a loss of words right now because they had everything going for them, AT Gaming, and then Ritesh with that play completely throwing the round away right there. He's the one who's put Deathmaker and Kappa in this position. And now Kappa is in an impossible position, 1v2. He needs to win this round because well, the money's pretty broken.
They know exactly where it's coming from as well. And Sai, he's sitting pretty on 20 frags. He's top fragging in the server right now. He knows exactly where Kappa is, and he's got the angle. Falcon slowly peeking out as well. The information is conveyed, and oh no, Sai! But he still gets to kill. Sai's looking unstoppable. I gotta say this. I gotta give credit where it's due. Sai and Falcon, we've been saying they've been looking very quiet. Even the games they've won, it's been primarily, Sai did step up yesterday, but apart from that, Falcon stepping up, I think is pretty cool. Everyone's been doing a great job. Look at the frag distribution for Entity Gaming right now. 21 frags in Sai, and then we have Hellranger, who's been, compared to Little Quiet, but has been getting a lot of crucial kills, but the rest of them, 16, 17, 14, that's a pretty nice spread overall. And then you see ATE, Kappa, Buster, and Ritz on 16 frags, but then Hellfighter, Deathmaker on just 6 frags apiece, so great work overall. Double nades come down towards Banana, but they will do virtually no damage. What?
Also, Falcon does get the first frag onto Ritesh. Ritesh had overextended all the way up at the benches at middle, and Kappa as well is going to get caught off guard. Buster, though, gets 2 frags back, but instantly traded by Marzel as well. And the A bomb site is ripe for the taking, but Deathmaker finally coming alive. And he's going to get 2 frags, and the C4 is down as well. But AT Gaming doesn't know that. Marzel, he could just hightail it out of here, but he wants to take the frag. Deathmaker gets 3 frags. Basically, I mean, Deathmaker has gone from 6 frags to 9. He's been having a rough game, but all of a sudden, a really important round coming out by him. And Entity Gaming, they repeat AT Gaming's performance. They lose an unlosable round.
It was kind of, I think, just to try and explain Marzel's decision making there. I think he thought there was just one player towards Banana. So he probably thought he could take the fight over there and then just rush in towards B. But yeah, 2 players being there. Not working out. Pretty back and forth round there. But in the end, ATE, they needed to win that round. They managed to do it. But here's the problem, right? If they lose this round, they're broken. They're completely broken, and Entity is going to be in map point.
Yep, and I do want to say, by the way, Marzel, you do say that he maybe expected only 1 player at the B bomb side. The thing was, 3 frags, there were 3 down at A. So you should just go A, because at max 1 would have rotated in, right?
Yeah.
The little things right there. But of course, he's the pro. I'm just washed up now, so
we're all washed about it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just why we talk about the game. That's what happens to everyone, instead of getting, at least we're not getting, put to the pastures and slaughtered or something. In the meantime, though, Sai will what?
Gets a frag through the smoke, I think. I want to actually see where that frag was. I'm going to fly around the map and figure that out while you talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, the frag was through the smoke at middle, on the on mid to right.
Wow. Okay. I mean, it's a comparatively easy lineup to make. A little surprised that Kappa would hold that angle. It's risky, right? When yeah, it was at the edge. But Sai is feeling it today. He's been instrumental with the AWP. And that frag is going to force 3 players to rotate towards A bombs. And look at the flashbang just pouring in. 2 players waiting right outside. Marzel's got to be leading the charge. He clears out pit. There's no one in pit. This is huge. This is huge. This amount of map control should not be allowed to the T's this early on, and Buster gets a kill, but he will get traded immediately, and Mars is going to jump in. He spots up. Oh, uh-oh. Not too sure what Hellranger was just going to the side with the C4, and all of a sudden now it's a 3v3, and the flank is coming in from behind as well. Ritz with the AWP, not the best of weapons to work with. But Sai, is he going to be ready for this is a question. Scoped in. Doesn't know where Ritz is, and Sai trying to go for the wall bang, and he's going to miss it. Ritz needs to do something here. Sai's trying to go for the jumping shot, and he's missing everything, and Ritz is going to come in from behind. He gets the frag, and now Marvel's like, alright guys, what do I do now? I was in the pit all this while, but you idiots had to go to the site with the bomb. And now he is going to get pushed out, then AT win. An interesting round.
Surprise round, yeah. Again, these rounds have been so back and forth. All the past 3 rounds, they should have been won by the other team, right? Entity Gaming had the two picks. They had pit control. They had 2 players in pit. They just had to wait and buy their time for those smokes to dissipate, and then they could have hit that site, hit the actual site. But instead, they try to force the issue, and Deathmaker was just waiting there, mopping up the frags. It's surprising.
It was almost like, even when the bomb got dropped, it was almost like Entity went into panic mode. And Sai just going for some weird, the wall bang, which is valid, fair enough. But he could have just waited, like you said, waited for the smoke to dissipate, taken the sweet time, gone for it. But ATE, they cling on the precipice here with the battered, bloodied fingernails. But they do cling on, and that's what matters. Entity, though, they will have enough money to go for yet another full-fledged buy. Sai, once again, with the AWP. Sitting on top of the server, 22 frags. So, full buy versus full buy. Once more, let's see what ATE got.
And somehow the default, the defensive plays from ATE working out, and I hope they don't rely on that for the entirety of this game, though. And I do want to see some of that aggression that we did see a couple of rounds ago, although they did throw that round, but still. Anyway, Entity Gaming.
Oh, that Molotov though. Still not. What? I don't.
Through the half wall. Through the half wall. 2 hits through the half wall.
Wow.
Hellranger didn't even want to move after the first hit. That's surprising. That's a little bit of a misplay on his part. Because, yeah, see, you go. You can see the 2 bullet holes there. And,
see his face. Too deep. Never mind. Mars, in the meantime, gets a kill onto Kappa, so the trade will take place. So 4v4, and always in a map like, in any map apart from Nuke, 4v4 will always favor the T side. So the defense is split into. They have Deathmaker playing, again, a one and done spot. He needs to get at least more than 1 frag from the position, which will be really hard. It does have Hellfighter with the M4, but he will be smoked off. So is Hellfighter going to push in? No, he's not. He's going to be falling back. That means Deathmaker's got to do a lot of work, and he's doing so much work here. He's going to find a frag. Falcon's going to find Hellfighter, and Deathmaker's burning alive, and finally going to fall to Falcon. But look at the health on Sai and Falcon. They are internally bleeding. 1 shot, 1 bullet through the smoke, and Sai's done for, and Falcon as well. 27 HP is nothing, barely anything to work with. So this retake is already favoring ATE. Looking at the health, but
Ritz is on the up.
Yep, and they don't. They do have the kits, but they don't have any more utility apart from the 1 flashbang. So this is still doable for Entity Esports. But Sai misses the shot, or Falcon's going to find Buster, and he's going to miss a shot all on Ritz here. What can he possibly do? P250 comes out. He knows he just needs to land 1 bullet, and Sai is just toying with his food, and he's going to peek out, gets the kill, and Entity. What a round that was, a 4v2, and Sai and Falcon, they just snatch away whatever hopes and dreams AT have of somehow clawing back into this game, because the money is wrecked.
Yes, it is, and it does seem like their dreams are wrecked as well, because Deathmaker, he's finally come alive, by the way. In the last 3 rounds, or 3 or 4 rounds, he's gone from 6 frags to 14, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. And I was, again, by the way, I hang out a lot with the Brutality guys, and I was talking to them before this, and they were like, AT Gaming does have a chance in this game if Deathmaker and Hellfighter go off. And unfortunately, it's only Deathmaker at this point going off, and Hellfighter hasn't really showed up in this game. He's having a bit of a rough game, and it shows in the scoreboard as well, right?
Indeed. And 6 frags. I mean, I don't think he's got any frag in the past, 5 rounds now? Or something
more,
of that nature.
At least in the past 4 rounds, yeah, because he was at 6 with Deathmaker 4 rounds ago, so.
Indeed. So this is rough for him, but ATE, here's the thing, right? It's they really haven't done much. The T side, 7 rounds was pretty solid. That was something to definitely work with, but they got ecoed, and after that, they've just really struggled on the CD side. And Entity Gaming, they're doing such great work, just, going for this contact plays, going for the executes. Yes, there were a couple of weird rounds, like when they lost that round where Hellranger ran into the A bomb side with the bomb. But apart from that, they've been looking very solid, looking for the initial picks, great usage of utility, and AT, they just feel like they're on the back foot every single time.
Yep, and this is a repeat of yesterday's game, by the way. It's exactly the same thing. AT is sitting at 10. Now, Brutality sat at 10 rounds around this time as well. And they had 7 rounds on the T side as well. So, it's literally the same game. And Buster, though, gets the first frag onto Marzel at the apartment's position. Some aggression, finally. And somehow, Entity Gaming, all of Entity Gaming is at CD spawn. While,
This is strange.
It does seem like AT is aware of this, but Hellranger is he has an inkling that Ritesh is at this position, and I have no idea why I have been calling him Ritesh the entire time,
It is
and
his
not
name.
by his and not by his nickname that is Ritz, because Ritz is actually easier to pronounce. But anyway, a little bit of a stalemate right now. Entity Gaming is just waiting for a couple of peaks, but Hellranger will peek out Ritz. Ritz does get a shot off, but Hellranger does survive. He does come out on the top of that.
Quick question now. Why was Deathmaker checking coffins when Ritz was pulling that angle?
I have no idea.
That made no sense to me. There was no way anyone would be there. And then Deathmaker walks out. Falcon would find him. Retake's on its way, though.
And the retake has been stopped by Sai right there, picking off Kappa towards the CD spawn, towards Speedway. And now it's a 2v4, and Entity Gaming they know that both these players are coming in from the CD side. And through the smoke, into the deaths, into the waiting arms of Falcon and Hellranger, 16-10 in the favor of Entity Gaming again. Entity Gaming, looking really strong on Inferno.
You got to give them credit where it's due. Even when they lose, they don't have the man advantage, or lose a man advantage, or when AT seem to have a superior, positioning or whatever, they seem to be able to grind the round out. A lot of composure coming up. For example, Hellranger in this round just holding the line, waiting patiently. But so many small little mistakes I'm seeing from AT that they really need to fix. For example, that in the last round, like I spotted out, Deathmaker looking towards coffins while their teammates already holding CD spot. Like, there's no way anyone's going to be towards coffins. You might as well just double up with your teammate somewhere either towards banana or double up with him towards CD spawn. So it's a lot of small little mistakes. So I'm sure